When most people think of yoga, they think of this. But this is only one aspect of what yoga is. According to Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, yoga consists of an 8-fold path known as the Ashtanga Yoga System, or 8 limbs of yoga. The word yoga means to connect, unite, or yoke. The thing we look to connect to is our true self, also known as the divine essence. This can also be known as our soul. Yoga is a practice of transforming and benefiting every aspect of life, not just the 60 minutes spent on the mat. If we can learn to be kind, truthful, and use our energy in a worthwhile way, we will not only benefit ourselves with our practice, but everything and everyone around us. So what are these 8 limbs and how are they applied to life? The first of the 8 limbs are the Yamas, which are restraints, moral disciplines, or moral vows. These restraints are Ahimsa, which means non-violence, Satya, which means truthfulness, Asteya, which is non-stealing, Brahmacharya is right use of energy, and Aparigraha is non-greed or non-hoarding. The second limb of yoga is the Niyamas, which refers to internal duties. These internal duties are Saucha, which means cleanliness, Santosha is contentment, Tapas means discipline or burning desire, or conversely, burning of desire. Svadhyaya is self-study or self-reflection and study of spiritual texts. And Ishvara Pranidhana means surrender to a higher power. The asanas is the physical aspect of yoga and the third step on the path to freedom. The word asana here doesn't refer to the ability to perform a handstand or an aesthetically impressive backbend. It means seat, specifically the seat you would take for the practice of meditation. The idea is to be able to sit in comfort so we're not pulled by aches and pains or restlessness due to being uncomfortable. Pranayama, or breathing techniques, is the fourth limb of yoga. The word prana refers to energy or life source. It is often described as the very essence that keeps us alive, as well as the energy in the universe around us. The fifth limb of yoga is pratyahara, or sense withdrawal. When sitting for a formal meditation practice, this is likely to be the first thing we do when we think we're meditating. The phrase sense withdrawal conjures up images of being able to switch our senses off through concentration, which is why this aspect of practice is often misunderstood. The practice of pratyahara changes our state of mind so that we become so absorbed in what it is we're focusing on that the things outside of ourselves no longer bother us, and we're able to meditate without becoming easily distracted. Dharana, or focused concentration, is the next limb. In order to draw our senses in, we must focus and concentrate intently. The seventh limb is dhyana, also known as meditative absorption. This is when we're really meditating. All of the things we may learn in class are merely techniques in order to help us settle, focus, and concentrate. The actual practice of meditation is definitely not something we can actively do. Rather, it describes the spontaneous action of something that happens as a result of everything else. Essentially, if you're really meditating, you won't have the thought, "Oh, I'm meditating." The final limb of yoga is samadhi, which translates to bliss or enlightenment. When we look at the word samadhi, though, we find out that enlightenment or realization does not refer to floating away on a cloud in a state of happiness and ecstasy. There is a reason it's called realization. It's because reaching samadhi is not about escapism, floating away, or being abundantly joyful. It's about realizing the very life that lies in front of us, the ability to see equally and without disturbance from the mind, without our experience being conditioned to likes, dislikes, or habits, without a need to judge or become attached to any particular aspect. That is bliss. So as you can see, yoga is not simply standing on your head or holding downward facing dog for 5 minutes. It is, as some would say, life.